Hey guys, it's me Beaner. Here we are back to Super Mario 3D World, and let's go ahead and do the Mystery House Claw Climb now in World Bowser. Let me of course just switch back to Toad here. Yeah, let's go Toad, let's do this. Mystery House, Mystery Box Climb, whatever the crap this is. By the way, first thing you'll get a cat suit there. Then you just climb your way up to victory, and get that green star there. Simple. Expect to do things a lot of repeated times. It starts off giving you the basics of what you're supposed to do, and then things build from there. Psh, beef blocks. You don't scare me. Alright, that green star's in a pretty easy location. Just throw it over here, climb up the wall, and there you go. Now if that actually climbs again, follow the arrows. It's probably good guidance of where you have to go next. Probably. I mean, you don't have to follow the path, but it's recommended. Break through these. Break over this. And ta-da! Yay! Works the same way as before, except now there are two lines instead of two squares. Not really all too much different. Ooh, this one's actually in the center now. Ooh, that's much different. And now we have these POW blocks. But still, same principle applies. The next one is actually different. Climb up this. Climb up that one. Pretty easy, and there's the last one. Good job, Toad. We have a nice little scenic view there. Making some good progress on them stars, that's for sure. Alright. That's a cool little view we got there of the whole everything we got going on. A little tidbit of info here. Well, actually, never mind, not quite yet. Grumblump Inferno. When people discuss what the hardest level is before the post game, this one also comes up in conversations a lot. But well, I would have to agree with that for many reasons. That being said, there's something about this stage that not many people actually realize until after they beat it. You'll see this block here moving, and your first instinct is going to be to try and jump. So it's like, oh man, that's so difficult. How the crap do you do that? Well, it took me to realize until after I beat the level, you just, like these rats, you just run on the sides, which makes things incredibly easier. So, yeah, that saved a lot of annoyances. Too bad I found that out after I beat the level, like most people did. It may seem kind of easy to figure out now, but when you're first playing this game, it doesn't seem that easy. But whatever. I'll just wait here. Yep, just gonna wait out here by myself. Stupid fire piranhas. Whee! Alright, let's see what we got in here. I think I could probably use the power up right now. I said I could use a power up. Meh. Maybe use that just to take a hit. I want to actually use the floating portion of it. I could just jump this way, which is all I would actually do with it. I want to actually hold down the jump button because I find it cheap. Like I said, I don't like using cheap things. Call me crazy. Well, actually, I might have to actually end up using it for this spot. Or I could just take a hit and die. That works too. This star is annoying. Aha! I didn't actually need to use the. I didn't have to actually float. Sweet. But yeah, you have to get on this small little platform, and then just, yeah, it's annoying. But the level is not even remotely closed over yet. Now let's see these guys popping up, and we'll see a little green star here for us to grab. And yay! That was simple. Can I get rid of this yet, please? Can I? In some way, shape, or form? Oh boy, another Tanuki suit. Yeah, sure, I'll pick that one up. Just have a baseline to actually use, I guess. But now it's no longer a cube. Now you have to be a lot more careful with your movements, because it starts moving like this too. So, be careful. Be very careful. Got it. And just a little bit further. Come on. Come on, Toad. It's gonna float over one last time, in which case, it's probably you have to use Tanuki for this to actually get a... Yeah, I'm thinking that's the only time where you have to use the Tanuki to get that flag, because I haven't seen an actual reliable way to get it without the Tanuki suit, or a cat, obviously, but it seems like you have to use the Tanuki to get to the end there. That's what it seems like to me, anyway, so that's kind of why I kept one on there to the end, because I kind of forgot about that till then. But either way, yep. First time you play a level, you're going to kill yourself. Any other time after that, once you realize the secret, quite simple, really, honestly. Not really that big of a deal at all. Now, of course, before we can move on and fight Bowser, we have two of the bosses that repeat themselves again for us to fight. How nice of them to add that in there. Now, you'll see a little Toad house over there in case you're wondering. But there's also something over here to the left, which I did not know about until I actually found out in somebody's Let's Play. Not Lili's actually, he's an awesome guy, you should watch him if you don't already. Anyway, if you press this here, there's actually a hidden spot with no rubble or anything. It actually brings the little pipe there, which gets you a nice little one up there. Not necessary by any means, but it's kind of nice to have everything all opened up and, you know, open on the map. So you're not missing everything, so everything's all nice and full, whatever. Let's see, Motley Boss Blobs on court, and we have Histocrat returns. And let's do Motley. Why not? Motley didn't really give us too big of a deal last time, so hopefully it won't be too big of a deal this time. Can I get rid of this Tanuki suit? I should just kill myself. Probably should. Nah, I just want to actually use the float function. Whee! Alright, Motley, you were a joke before. I mean, I know you're a jester, but you were just seriously a complete joke. How about now? Do you change things up to actually be somewhat more of a reasonable threat? We'll see. Well, now he sends out shockwaves. So, yeah, he is a bit more tough. But either way, he's not really too much worse. But he also has a lot wider range in his actual pellet ground attack now too. Dang it! Okay, I don't have my Tanuki anymore. Alright. For this attack, you can essentially just run away from him the entire time. However, you don't want to get used to doing that. You'll kind of want to actually get used to running towards him, because later on, you will gonna have to do that. But either way, Motley's dead. And thankfully, we now have a nice little star for us. Grab all the coins too while we're at it. And now it's we kill everyone time. So let's kill off everyone except the one. There we go. Hooray! Whee! You know, thinking about it, I could have essentially just added all these bosses and everything to the last video. In fact, maybe I'll still do that depending on the time I see at the end of this. Because, yeah, this is actually not going to take too long at all. We'll see. We'll see how things go. So that's broken down. And now we have one last boss to take on, and that's Histocrat returns. Let's fight this jerk. What kind of new tricks is Histocrat going to give us this time? We'll see. What's in here for us? Catsuit? Just a coin. Nothing special. Oh. Oh well. Yep, used to this arena. Oh, it's Histocrat. Okay. Actually, that's what I call her because she's a female. And, she has a different sound, too. And she also works a little bit differently. You actually aren't going to be able to actually reach her by the start. You have to you can't really jump on her with the cat suit because she doesn't really give you too many cat bells to actually work with. She pretty much has you actually jump up on top of her, and then, like, as you notice here, she makes things in such a way like a step stool, and then you jump on her that way. I mean, you can get a cat suit, but she actually lines up them to actually look like stairs, which they didn't work as before in the first fight. Kind of interesting. Although I have a cat suit now, so it kind of defeats the entire point. Anyway, she's not really all too much different or too much harder, so she's not really a big threat whatsoever. Although, fun fact, if you have Luigi, you can essentially side somersault and actually be high enough to actually hit her. Now, if you notice, there are actually sometimes snakes that actually don't have a plate on their heads at all. So essentially, they just automatically bite you. Wee, look at me bouncing on you. Quite simple indeed, but whatever. Wee, coins. Now let's get this little last timepiece right here. That's gonna bother my OCD if I don't get that coin. Whee! Should I take on Bowser or shouldn't I? Should I wait for the next time? This is a pretty short episode, but I know with the credits and everything, it'll also be a pretty long episode if I... You know what? I also kind of want the finale to be its own episode, so if people look for the finale, they can actually see it that way. But I'm also afraid it might be too short as well. Let's see here. You need 170 stars to break this open, by the way. You have 240 if you got all the previous stars up to this point. So you pretty much, as long as you got as long as you got 70 less than what I got, you'll be fine. That's essentially, I'm gonna guess like 20 levels with no stars. Quite simple. So we broke the final gate. So next time, I'll be doing it next time. In Super Mario 3D World, we take on the Great Tower of Bowserland. I will see you guys then.